What's up and welcome back to the channel. So on today's episode, I'm back to working on the coupe and the budget all-wheel drive setup. So on this episode, we're gonna be addressing the fuel tank and showing you my cheap alternative to a fuel tank that works. Stay tuned. Make sure you like the video and leave a comment below and let me know what you think about my fuel tank after you watch the video. All right, so I need a fuel tank for Cody's car because it's got some rust. So I took this opportunity to go ahead and take the fuel tank out of my coupe since I'm converting it to all-wheel drive and I can't use my factory tank. Factory tank's the same part number for EG Coupe, EG Sedan, and EG Hatch. We're going ahead and getting this drained out right now, and then I'll get it pulled out and we'll get it swapped back into his hatch. All right, so we got that out now. No fuel tank in here. So that's our return line and that's our supply. So what we'll have to do is just run these up to the fuel tank that we're going to be putting in the trunk. But now we have Cody's fuel tank. So I'm editing this video here and I just realized that I didn't put any of that kind of details about the fuel tank. So the fuel tank that I'm going to be installing into the EG is out of an AP1 S2000. One of my buddies was gracious enough to gift me the tank, and all I had to do was buy a couple pieces for it and make it work. So it's very budget friendly, and this is it installed. Check it out. All right, so we're almost done installing the S2000 fuel tank in the trunk. I was able to take the factory fuel neck out. I chopped off a good portion of it, drilled a hole through the body right here, which is like right there. I split a piece of rubber hose and put around it so that it doesn't have any sharp edges. I unbolted this here, flipped it over, and then it let that fuel neck go into the cabin, and then it comes through to about like right there where my thumb is. So I got a nice clamp on there. Same thing for the vent side. And then there's actually a radiator hose that I found at AutoZone. It's a Daco, let's see if I can get the numbers, 717 or 71671 is what I used. It was the right diameter. I had to chop off a little bit on both ends, probably about that much, 3 inches or so. Got it on there. This is a piece of 3/8 fuel line. Just ran it to there, capped that one off. I've got to cap this one also. I ran this vent down through there. I drilled a hole there. Same thing with the rubber hose around it. These tie into the factory fuel lines under the bottom. I'll show you those in a minute. But I trimmed a little bit of the ring, the retaining ring, off of the nipples here. And then I was able to slide that up and heat them up, the tubing up just a little bit with a heat gun right here. Slid it up on there, put a worm gear clamp. This is a supply, this is a return, and just got to wire in the fuel pump to the existing wiring, and then the fuel pump works, the fuel level works, everything is the 13-gallon tank out of an AP1 S2000. Heck yeah. So now we're squared away inside, with the exception of putting a 5/8 heater hose cap over this right here. Got it wired in. See, my wires run down there and they go to the inside the cabin and they tie in. So they come through. This is them right here. They come in here and tie into the factory wires, and all that's secured in place. I do have to get I've still got to bolt the fuel pump assembly into the tank. I got to get a new sock for it because the sock is bad. You see the back of it there. So I'm gonna get this. I ordered the sock today from Honda, and then but I think it should do okay to go ahead and put some fuel in the tank and see if it'll prime the system. So here on the bottom side, you can see there where the fuel lines come out of the cabin. This is the vent for the fuel tank. This right here is the return. So the S2000 tank is a 3/8, so we had to adapt it down to a 1/4 inch, which is the Civic. So this is just a brass fitting I got from Lowe's. I will put a link to one of these in the description if you're interested in that. So we adapted it from 3/8 down to 1/4, And then the quarter comes over here to the original return line. And then this is the factory line that would normally have a rubber line on it that goes to the tank. I cut it off the rubber line, and then it actually ends up about right here. I put 3 clamps on there to make sure that it doesn't leak. And we've got this hose that goes up to the supply line on the S2000 tank. So we're gonna give that a go. And if I need to, I can always zip that up out of the way to make sure it doesn't hit anything. I went ahead and chopped these off too with the Sawzall, just to make sure they don't have any kind of clearance issues with the axles. But looking good so far. All right, so I just got home with some fresh gas. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in the tank, about 2 gallons. All right, so now we have 2 gallons of fuel in our tank. So what I'm gonna do is turn on the key and see if the fuel pump will prime. Now this fuel pump assembly is not in the best shape. I'm gonna have to order another fuel sock, but you can see the fuel sock is wet, but it's deteriorated there on the back side of it. So I gotta get another fuel sock. I ordered it from Honda and I'll have it tomorrow, but it should still fire up with it like that. Let's see. It's gonna be loud if it does, because I ain't got no exhaust on it now. Got her neutral, you know. Doesn't sound like it's making some fuel. My boy! She's running, baby. That's so sick. I guess that's going to wrap up today's video. On the next episode, we're going to be starting to install the rear diff mount. You can see it's got an old Beaks bar on here. Look at this. It's triple OG, yo. We got to take this Beaks bar off, and we'll start mounting the diff. So be sure to check out the next episode, and I hope to see you soon. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. See you on the next one. Peace.